Ever since Amelia moved into her new apartment, she couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Every time she passed by a mirror, a fleeting shadowy figure seemed to dart away from the corner of her vision. At first, she dismissed it as a trick of the light, or her imagination playing tricks on her mind. But as days turned into weeks, the sinister figure in the mirror grew more distinct and menacing. One evening, while getting ready for bed, Amelia caught a chilling glimpse of the shadowy presence behind her reflection. She turned around, but nothing was there. Heart pounding, she decided to search the apartment, half expecting an intruder. Yet, her search yielded nothing but an eerie silence that hung in the air. As the days went on, Amelia found herself avoiding mirrors altogether. She covered them with towels and bed sheets, hoping that the absence of reflective surfaces would keep the malevolent presence at bay. But it was no use. The shadow seemed to seep into her consciousness, haunting her even in her dreams. Seeking answers, Amelia visited an old antique shop she had noticed on her daily walks. The shop's proprietor, a wizened woman named Mrs. Hargrove, greeted her with a knowing smile as if she had been expecting Amelia's arrival. With a raspy voice, Mrs. Hargrove beckoned Amelia to a back room filled with various curiosities. "I've been waiting for you," Mrs. Hargrove said, her eyes gleaming with a mixture of curiosity and sympathy. Amelia hesitated for a moment before finally asking, "How do you know me? And what is happening to me with those shadows in the mirrors?" The old woman leaned closer and whispered, "You've been marked by a malevolent spirit, my dear. It latches onto reflections, using mirrors as gateways to this world. Once it chooses a host, it grows stronger with each appearance until it consumes the soul." Amelia's heart raced with fear, but she couldn't look away from Mrs. Hargrove's knowing gaze. "Is there a way to break the curse? I can't go on like this," she pleaded. "There is a way," Mrs. Hargrove said, pulling out a dusty old book. "It contains a ritual passed down through generations. To break the curse, you must find the spirit's true name and confront it in its realm. But beware, for it will not be easy." Determined to be free of the haunting figure, Amelia delved into the ancient book's instructions. The ritual involved creating a small mirror circle with candles, water, and symbols drawn in chalk. The instructions warned her that the confrontation would be perilous and require great mental strength. As the night fell, Amelia lit the candles and performed the ritual, speaking the incantations with trembling words. Suddenly, the room plunged into darkness, and a cold breeze swept through the air. The mirror circle flickered, and the shadowy figure emerged from the surface, now more terrifying and corporeal than ever. With a mixture of fear and courage, Amelia locked eyes with the figure and demanded its true name. A sinister laugh echoed through the room, and the figure refused to reveal its identity. The battle of wills intensified, and Amelia found herself struggling to maintain her sanity in the face of the malevolent presence. As the hours passed, Amelia began to feel drained and hopeless. Just as she was about to give up, she remembered an old family heirloom, a silver locket passed down from her grandmother. Holding the locket in her hand, Amelia felt a surge of strength and hope. She realized that the locket contained the memories of her ancestors and their unwavering resilience. With newfound determination, Amelia confronted the shadow once more, this time with the locket firmly clutched in her hand. The room shook as she repeated the demand for its true name. Faced with the strength of generations past, the figure faltered, revealing its name in a raspy whisper. In that moment, Amelia's grip on reality slipped, and she found herself transported to a dark and desolate realm. The malevolent spirit stood before her, a grotesque amalgamation of pain and anguish. However, armed with the knowledge of its name, Amelia was able to confront the spirit with unwavering conviction. As she spoke the spirit's name, its form began to waver, and the darkness around them started to recede. Amelia summoned the memories of her ancestors' bravery, sending waves of light and love toward the tormented soul. Slowly, the malevolent spirit started to fade. Unable to withstand the power of compassion, back in her apartment, Amelia awoke to find the sun shining through the curtains, and for the first time in weeks, she felt a sense of peace. The malevolent figure was gone, leaving only a lingering sense of triumph and relief. From that day forward, Amelia never took her reflection for granted. She knew that the shadow in the mirror had been a reminder of the darkness that could exist within and around us. It had taught her the importance of facing her fears and embracing the strength that lay within her lineage. And as she looked into the mirror once more, she saw not just her reflection, but the reflections of generations of resilience that would guide her through any future challenges.